because you don't want to be losing your hair when you're combing it. No. Okay.
Caught me at the right time, baby. Oh, I was at
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is Rata coming at you with another, okay? And thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and choosing to watch it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on your post notifications so you may be notified every time I make a new upload. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about all things dyed hair and how to care for it. So today's video is going to be how to care for your dyed natural hair. So I want to give you guys those tips because I tried it, I saw that it works, and I'm like, let me put you guys on because why not, you know? Okay, I find this very important because dyeing your hair always feels nice, and it always feels like something that we can do, you know, just to step out of that like comfort zone of ours and just experiment with our hair. Our hair is our pride. Our hair represents most of the time how we feel and everything. So I'm gonna give you guys tips on how to take care of that beautiful crown of yours, okay, and make sure that it's always looking healthy and good. So colored and chemically damaged hair tends to be the most driest, so meaning it needs the most care, meaning it needs the most attention, meaning that we need to put in more work into it, right? Which is something that we tend to really not like. But I'm gonna give you guys these 3 steps that I used when I dyed my hair that really helped me. Let's jump into it. So I dyed my hair back in 2019 for my prom because, you know, I wanted to like look different, I wanted to look cool, and I couldn't get a wig. So I was like, okay, since I can't get a wig, I'm gonna dye my hair and make it look the way I wanted my wig hair to look. So I did that. So I dyed my hair, and for me, I did a bad job because I dyed it back to back. Because you know how when you dye your hair, you need to wait for like 2 weeks before you re-dye it again? I did not do that. I dyed it the second day, which is bad. I wouldn't advise anybody to do it. If you guys want to see the whole dyeing experience, I did a video on that and you guys can watch it. I legit dyed my hair the next day. I gave it like a 12-hour break. I was like so I dyed my hair using the Revlon dyeing kit. I'm gonna put a picture up here so that you guys can see how it looks like. If you're interested, you can go get it, okay, and dye your hair and look different. Okay, so I use that Revlon dyeing kit, and one thing I can tell you about dyed hair, once you dye your hair, the texture of your hair changes, okay? My hair went from feeling soft, fluffy to feeling a little bit rough. Not too rough, but like a little bit rough, which meant that I had to put in so much work into it. In 2020, I decided that I'm not gonna re-dye my hair black. I'm just gonna let it grow out, and that would be a great way for me to track my hair growth, because with natural hair, it's in its shrunken state most of the time if you're not stretching it a lot. So sometimes you can miss like seeing if your hair is growing. And then in 2021, I carried on with the journey, carried on letting my natural hair with its natural hair color just grow out. Okay, so going into the tips on what I did to have my hair looking cared for, the first thing I did, which I found to be very important, is to use keratin infused products or products with keratin in them. So I use the Tresemme shampoo keratin smooth shampoo and conditioner for my hair. Not all the time, not every time I wash my hair did I use these products, but I made sure that every other month I do use these products. So keratin has really good benefits. So the benefits that keratin has for your hair is that it helps your hair from the harmful effects of the sun. It helps smooth cells that overlap to form hair strands, which helps it become more manageable. So that made my hair more manageable in combing and in everything. So the dryness and all the effects that come with like dyeing your hair, I was able to lessen them. So the second step I did, which is kind of like my most favorite because it makes me feel like I'm experimental, is hot oil treatments. Now hot oil treatments are not things that you have to do every single day or every single week. They're things that you can do once a month or every other month. So it's not really something that you have to do religiously. So hot oil treatments help increase hair strength, which is what you want when your hair is dry, because it's brittle and it breaks easily. So having your hair strengthened is a benefit that you really want for yourself, because you don't want to be losing your hair when you're combing it. No. Okay, you want to have it be maintained. And another thing is it also helps reduce dryness of the scalp and your hair, because remember, when you dye your hair, you're removing those nutrients that your hair needs, so you're gonna need to replace it somehow, and you're gonna need to give your hair that nutrients that it needs. So hot oil treatments, you can Google on like different forms of hot oil treatments. What I use for my hot oil treatments is I use coconut oil, I used amla oil and argan oil, flaxseed oil, and I mixed them all together, and I kind of did like a hot oil treatment, and it worked really good for my hair. So if you want to consider trying that way or mixing those things, try it. It's going to be so beneficial. But also Google gives you so many options on oils that you can mix for your hot oil treatment that will give your hair that strength that it needs and reduce that dryness from your scalp and your hair. Okay, so the third tip, which is my most favorite tip, I feel like this is an NB, okay, because I find it so beneficial and I find it very, very helpful. And you can like miss all those other steps, like you can skip the keratin part of like the whole thing when you dyed your hair, and maybe like do your oil treatments like once in a while. But this tip number 3, I feel like it's important, and if you do this, I promise you, your hair is gonna thank you, which is masking your hair. Masking your hair is very important, especially for your natural hair, because your natural hair needs those nutrients. So masking your hair intensely nourishes your hair, which is what you need, because colored or chemically treated hair is really, really dry. So you need that intense nourishing from the hair mask, which also has other benefits. Hair masks help keep your hair color. So if you dyed your hair and you mask your hair, it helps with keeping your hair color, which I can say that is why my hair color is able to be maintained, because a lot of people were like, why is your hair color not fading? It's because I'm masking my hair all the time, so it helped keep that hair color and have it looking healthy and fresh all the time. Now with masking your hair, it's something that you need to do like often and then not, and you can replace your conditioning part with your masking part. So masking your hair is basically deep conditioning your hair, and the longer you leave it, the more moisture you give to your hair. So masking your hair is something that you can do once or twice a week, and if you can't do it every week, you can do it bi-weekly, but do it as often as you can to just help give your hair that strength and protect it from drying and looking all brittle and like it's gonna break any moment, or when you comb it, it's hard and everything. So those 3 steps that I mentioned, they help soften your hair, they help have your hair looking healthy, revived and strengthened. And using those methods, you can be sure to dye your hair and always have it looking good, and not have to worry about, I don't want to dye my hair because it feels this way or feels that way, because you are putting in the work to make it feel and look good. So those are the tips that I have. Let me know of any other tips that you guys can add on to what I said on caring for your dyed hair that worked and you want to share with other people. So that was it for this video. It felt so formal and I did not want it to feel formal. Yeah, talking about hair and giving tips for me is really, really serious, because I want to give you guys tips that are going to work and are going to be beneficial to you guys. So I know all these things that I said and I talked about are going to be very beneficial, and I hope you find them beneficial, and I hope you can pick 1 or 2 or all of them, okay, 3, that you can use and do to have your hair looking healthy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and also comment down below some tips that you guys can give for caring for your dyed hair or chemically treated hair. And also turn on your post notifications so you may be notified every time I make a new upload. I love you guys to the moon and back on earth, and most importantly, Jesus loves you, and never forget that, okay? Bye.